fees on Bitcoin and crypto
It's crazy.
is like still high. So like someone who's like broke and has like $1 in Bitcoin, they're not going to be able to do any transactions because the fees alone are going to be.
You can't transfer it.
Yeah. So, I mean,
what's the point?
Crypto was made so like everyone talks about how crypto is like great and you don't have to pay all these bank fees and all this stuff, but the fees on crypto are worse. They're worse than they are now. Than the bank fees are, because
the huge amount of usage there is. So
yeah, it's like surge pricing for Uber, right? Like that.
But exactly
the same logic concept. Yeah. So like the more people using it, the higher the fees are gonna be, and then all right.
Hey there, welcome to the Gluten-Free Organic Thoughts podcast, where you are encouraged to express your natural thoughts and views through casual, meaningful conversations that hopefully can lead to learning and understanding new perspectives. To find out more info, visit www.gfOThoughts.com. Now, here are your hosts, Michael Wong and Robert Din. We hope you enjoy this episode.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another great episode of Gluten-Free Organic Thought Podcast. My name is Michael, and always with me, Robert Din.
Hey, welcome back everyone. Welcome back. Here we go, another episode. This one's an interesting one. It's topical, very topical with the.
It's a very hot topical, hot in trend, you know.
Yeah.
With the whole cryptocurrency. Before we get started, though, what are you drinking, Robert?
I am drinking some Cab. This Mauricio Lorca.
Okay, all right. Some nice bitter grape juice. Got it. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
What do you got today?
I got some delicious room temperature, nice, clear water.
Room temperature water. Wow. Don't you like hot water? Aren't you you're a big hot water guy?
I am a big hot water guy.
Why don't you put it in the microwave or something?
It's too hot in Florida right now. it's too humid. Okay.
I really love cold water, iced water.
I like ice water too, but when it's the right time, right place for that. Though I feel like ice water needs to have the right time, right place to enjoy.
Like not Florida where it's super hot. I feel like that's the best time.
I feel like a good workout is when you have cold water.
Yeah.
All right. So let's jump into today's conversation. So we obviously, some of you guys may have heard, if not, a couple of countries have pretty much made Bitcoin a legal currency for them to spend, to use in their own country. So the latest news is Salvador and Ukraine, and they officially announced that Bitcoin is the legal tender currency that they can use.
Yeah, and El Salvador has actually gone through this past week when we're recording this past week. What day was it that they did it?
The rollout, the actual rollout.
They actually rolled it out. What day would they do it? September.
Yeah. I was like maybe 5 days ago, 6 days ago.
September 5th.
Yeah,
something like that.
It's been almost a week now. It's been
almost a week. Do you know how they've been doing so far?
I'm not sure, but one of the things is that though it's a speculation that because the rollout didn't go so well, it caused the current dip to happen.
Yeah. So also, if you didn't know, if you are not in the crypto world, like this Tuesday, I think it was, like the market just crashed, and it was the same day that El Salvador decided that they're going to go and roll out this process. So.
And what happens is that Bitcoin took like a 10K dive from there.
Yeah,
almost.
It was like 20, like the whole market dropped like 20 something percent, 25% or something. So it was a big day in crypto, where like the volatility there just reminds us that it's not a straight shot up. And
it's not to the moon, straight up to the moon.
Yeah,
right?
Not always mooning, right?
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about what happened with the issue, what the rollout was, right? I feel like so. For those who don't know a little background, El Salvador actually uses the U.S. currency since 2001 as the main currency. It's not like they had the El Salvadoran pesos the past 20 years,
Mm-hmm.
So what they ended up doing is that they wanted to allow people to use Bitcoin as a regular currency. They can use the dollar as well still. So they roll out Bitcoin ATMs, and they roll out this digital wallet where the government can put $30 in there if you subscribe, and it's called El Chivo. And so what ended up happening is that there has so many glitches with the wallet. They have a lot of cryptos about it. Yeah.
I think it's a new app, right? So it's probably they're going through their like early days struggles.
Well, you would think that they would market test. They would have tested that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but like it's interesting because there's a lot of like every company I've been to, like there's like testing that goes on, but then as soon as you go to production, everything changes. Like I don't know why.
But you think that the demand was high enough there that they want to switch? Because there has been a lot of pushback against it in the country. The last 4 days has been protest.
Oh yeah, I don't know, but like it's just interesting that like this. Let's go back to like the tech side of it, right? There's like the wallet didn't work. Like so what the government did was they're giving everyone $30 to create a Bitcoin wallet so that they can start using it. So but the app just kept crashing and did all kinds of like weird.
It wouldn't recognize fingerprints. It wouldn't recognize certain things.
Wouldn't be like, you can't log in. Yeah. Like there's some people saying like they like set everything up and then they couldn't get back into their wallet that they were trying to get to, that they just made. So yeah, there's just I wouldn't
pretty bad glitches.
That's pretty bad glitches. I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to deal with that either. It could be that they just didn't they weren't prepared for the volume.
Like, what do you mean? You know the population.
Yeah, but like there's like one thing where like you know how much volume is gonna be versus like how can like maybe they didn't know how to test for that much volume.
Oh, you mean all at once?
Yeah, all at once. Like they're everyone's coming in at one time, so then it just overloads their servers or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like like every time there's like a dip or like a crazy gain, like Coinbase and like all these exchanges, like they just crash, right? Like they just can't. They can't handle they can't handle the work.
Yeah, the input. Yeah.
So maybe this is something similar.
So okay, so let's take that aside for now. Okay, so let's talk about from a personal standpoint. What do you stand? Is this a good idea for a country to adapt?
Is it a good thing for a country to adapt? I think it shouldn't. I think that countries should adopt Bitcoin, but I don't know if like it should like I don't think that they all need it to be like their main currency. They could just have it as another currency that people can use.
Well, I mean, they're still allowed to use the US dollar though, so they said.
Yeah, so like because something like this, I feel like it's fine. Like I don't see a problem with it. I think this is big for like the Bitcoin and the crypto community.
Yeah. So pretty much Ukrainian marketplace. That's what he did.
And like now it's like, oh, now a real country is using it as legal tender. So,
well, 2 countries, and Ukraine did it too.
But I don't think they've rolled out yet. I think
they haven't rolled out yet.
Yeah, so they've just announced that, like after El Salvador went live, they announced that they're going live, that they're going to be using it too.
So yeah. But I guess what do you some of the cons you think?
Some of the cons, I think that like the fees on Bitcoin and crypto
it's crazy.
Is like still high. So like someone who's like broke and has like $1 in Bitcoin, they're not going to be able to do any transactions because the fees alone are going to be.
You can't transfer.
Yeah. So, I mean,
what's the point?
Crypto was made so like everyone talks about how crypto is like great and you don't have to pay all these bank fees and all this stuff, but the fees on crypto are worse. They're worse than they are now than the bank fees are.
Because the huge amount of usage there is. So
yeah, it's like surge pricing for Uber, right? Like that.
So,
but
exactly
the same logic concept. Yeah. So like the more people using it, the higher the fees are gonna be, and then all right, who's like so, it's not helping anyone who's like in a poor country who doesn't have any money.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like $30 for the government to give them is nothing.
I mean, it's better than it's like it's $30 more than they had before, right?
I get it.
I mean, like the U.S. hasn't given all of us $30.
More than that, it was $1,200. See,
I didn't get any of that, right? Like this is they only gave it to some people. This they gave it to everyone.
Okay, but so I guess besides the fees though, I feel like the utilization behind that, like I don't see how's that sustainable, because if you think about the middle tier class and lower class, they're gonna use the US dollar. You know what I mean? Like So think about this. Like one Bitcoin's worth like almost $45,000, whatever it is, right? What are you gonna use? Where are you gonna use this Bitcoin? To be honest, buy a hot dog. Like the fees are costing more than that. So when is it? When is the actual utilization comes in handy? When you buy a house?
I guess basically like the fees thing is the big issue, right?
Yeah.
But I think there's layers on top of Bitcoin that you can use to lower the fees to transfer stuff.
But they're not. But they're not using that right now. So.
Yeah, but I think the wallets should help. Like I think
with the transfer fees.
With the transfer fees. So like so if you're transferring within Bitcoin, like I think the wallet that they have is eventually going to have Lightning, which is easier to transfer to and has lower fees. So I think that's the goal. I just don't think that it's there yet on
do you
Chivo's
think that
side, right? Like I don't think Chivo's got it.
Well, do you think Bitcoin was the right choice though? Why not Tron?
Because Tron, I don't. I'm not going into the legitimacy of Tron. Who knows, right? But
hey, the fees are almost nothing.
Yeah, so is XRP. So is Cardano, right? Like,
why not Cardano? You know,
there's like all these other
blockchains
that have lower fees. Yeah, they.
Why not Binance?
Why not Binance?
Yeah,
because then you're like, I don't know. Maybe you don't want to be dependent on China, right? I don't know.
That's true. Yeah.
But
okay.
Oh.
So I mean, taking a step back, right? I mean, taking a step back, I feel like, at least from my side of things, is that I think you're right behind this is that Bitcoin has this has helped the Bitcoin market for sure because it created a non-marketplace. Because a couple other countries are thinking about it doing too, like Panama. I was thinking about it as well, and I think there's another couple other countries in Central America thinking about that.
Yeah,
it's creating another side utilization of that. The con about this is that I don't see not even half the population will even adopt to this, just because they just say the usage of that. And I'm being very generous, half a population.
Okay? I think it's good that they're pushing it though, because then it's pushing them towards a future state where they can use Bitcoin. And I think once, like, I think if Chivo has like Lightning enabled and is able to do that, I think the fees would be basically the same as if we used, I don't know, some other currency.
Listen, you know what's scary? Even Cuba recognized that. They passed a law that they recognize and regulate cryptocurrency, and because it's just cited for reasons of social economic interest. So when Cuba is doing something like, okay, all right, this is gonna be interesting to see how it plays out. Yeah. My concern is that other countries may see this as a way of kind of like people hiding their money in those Central American countries, because they already do that already a lot of the times, right? You know what I mean? So that they think this may be another way for them to do it as a legitimacy thing.
People say that, but the blockchain has every transaction ever done on there. So
that's true.
The hiding part is not really the thing, because we see all the transactions that happen.
But you don't know who owns what wallet.
Exactly. So like that is the only part like that you don't know, right? Is like you don't know who owns what wallet. But if you get to the point where you see where someone takes out this money, then you know who it is.
Oh, you mean like someone takes a chunk out?
Yeah. If they only work in Bitcoin, right? Then maybe then you'll never know, right? But as soon as they take it into any other currency, like you know who that person is.
Well, not necessarily. You mean into fiat? That's what you mean, into fiat.
How do you convert it to Ethereum or convert it to somewhere else? Like how do you convert it to another blockchain? Doing that, like there is a company or someone who has that bridge, right?
Yeah, of course.
So either you go through like a Coinbase exchange or something like that, or
swap.
Or no, you can't swap on different chains.
You can do bridges though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you either do it through an exchange or you do it through a bridge, and so those companies would be able to, like,
that's true.
Would be able to like
change.
would be able to be like, hey, you need to give us the information of this account because he's bridging over to something else. I want to know who this person is.
If they want to track it down, correct. Yeah.
Right. So like it's really like we know who it is. We just gotta wait till they take the money out.
That's true. Yeah.
That's the whole. That's where it is now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't find it as unsecure as people think because we actually see every time that they make a transaction. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like it's safer. I don't know. It's more open. Like we see everything.
I mean, think about this, right? Also, not just countries. There are companies who are doing this already. They're adding cryptocurrency into the balance sheet. That's another marketplace we haven't talked about either.
Mm-hmm.
So, especially you can start seeing local governments probably start doing that as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
I totally could see that.
Like for example, the mayor of Miami, they say he bought Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see local government supporting that. So now you also have another marketplace. Obviously, we know that what's called Elon Musk with Tesla, he bought a bunch of Bitcoin. So you see companies that are doing that right now.
Mm-hmm. And then Coinbase just announced that they're going to add Bitcoin to their supply too. On top of
to the supply,
like on their balance sheet as like part of their investment for the
investment portfolio in the future. Yeah, correct. Yeah, so that means you're just now it's being more legitimized. It's like that. I guess like I mean, my concern is what happens when we get to the end where there's no more Bitcoin left to mine. You know.
What's the problem?
What would happen? No, I'm asking what would happen. What would happen when there's no more Bitcoin to mine? You kill the volume already.
Mm-hmm.
So now you just
now it should at that point it should be the currency everyone uses. I think that's the expectation is that it's the currency that we're gonna be using to do. And would there be so much volume in transactions that it'll just be a normal thing to be using Bitcoin. I think that's what they're.
I'm really curious. I'm really curious how this will affect macroeconomic standpoint. That's all. How's this going to change from macroeconomic standpoint? You cannot print any more Bitcoin.
No, you would still get miner fees.
Yeah, I get that.
You would still get fees. You just wouldn't get the blocks.
No, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just in general because now that we know there's a finite of that, right?
Right. And so like right now, like the reason that they have the blocks coming out is because is they want to incentivize people to mine so that they can all the transactions can go through. At the point where there's no more blocks, the expectation is that there's so many transactions that the gas fees are worth the mining.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what the expectation is.
But do you think gas fee will go up even more though?
I don't know. Probably.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's, like I said, there's other networks. There's the Lightning network that's making it everything easier, and like cheaper. So we're like hopefully that will help and it won't be as crazy. Gas fees won't be as volatile and spiking so much. But I don't know. We can only speculate.
So I guess the question is though now with all these countries, little small countries are trying to get to this, are trying to legitimize this. I guess how does this benefit the government to have a decentralized currency that they have no control of?
I don't know. Does El Salvador gain anything from this?
Well, technically, if the government owns Chivo, they will know who owns what wallet.
Is that owned by the government, Chivo?
I think so. Maybe. I'm curious to see that now. You see where I'm going with that question?
Yeah. If they force you to use one wallet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they launched Chivo Wallet.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
by a private company. It's by a public company called that was funded.
Yeah.
Publicly funded.
It's funded.
The government funded this party public wallet with Chivo. Because some claim the private company used Chivo app. It's publicly funded. Oh yeah. So they think the government has to do something with it. That's what it is.
So
apparently, it belongs to this private company that founded the Hydroelectricity Commission 22 years ago.
okay, and that has issues.
So it was invested by the government for $60 million.
Wait, they did something wrong, before? Like they have some controversy.
Yeah, I think so. So they renamed the company.
So they renamed the company, and then the government was like, you know what? You did such a good job with your last scheme that we're gonna give you the opportunity to make more money.
To redeem yourself.
Who says there's not second chances? You see?
So this is shady though for me. I can see why now it's on the fire now.
Yeah, Chivo. That seems sketch for sure.
Yeah.
Publicly funded.
But apparently though, what's called the guy Mike Novokratz that backed Big Go is
What'd you say?
Is one of the guy what's called one of the guys that backed Big Go, the guy Mike Novokratz is a billionaire. He helped provide the Chivo's wallet interface security platform.
I thought they were going with Zap, because I remember like the owner of Zap Wallet, he was a big proponent, and he said he was talking to the South American countries.
Probably Panama.
Maybe it is Panama.
Yeah. But anyway, so it is interesting to see that now, if that's true, part of the government owns it, and they have the ability to look at who owns what wallet and what transaction you're doing. That's scary. I mean, I guess what's the difference between now and the bank? I guess.
Yeah, it's the same as having the banks, doing all your stuff through the banks and the credit card companies. They can seize that data anytime that they want.
So why not digitize? I guess. Oh yeah, you can't digitize the dollars yet, because it's not the currency. Yeah. So let me ask you this: if the United States roll this out, and you know what, we'll make the Bitcoin legal tender. How do you think the public will react? Yeah.
If the U.S. government made it legal tender.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Because you can see the young generation are for it.
Yeah, the people already in Bitcoin would love it. Everyone who's in crypto now would love it. And then probably the people who
but it depends on
who are young and who are the people who are already using credit cards right now as for everything. I don't think they would see a difference. Like it's just a different way to transfer money.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's the old heads that would have a big issue with it, and maybe like I'm pretty sure like the Fed would be all over this, that they wouldn't let this go through
unless you have a wallet that's released by the government. You see what I'm saying?
It's too hard to like.
How so?
I don't know. I think it's too hard for.
It's just that this register for a wallet that you use this within 30 days. If you have 20 transactions, you get $500 for free at the end of 30 days.
And then everyone will get their $500 and then move off of it.
After the 30 days?
Yeah.
Probably, but you still have your retainage though.
Yeah, you probably still have some retainage. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
people, you get 2% tax off rating.
People here are too against their freedoms being lost that I don't think they would use the federal one. Also, like, I don't trust the governments to make any federal wallets that are good.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So like if they're just funding them, like they're gonna want that company to show them the product, and then it's gonna be so shit.
Have a little backdoor.
It's gonna be so shit, and then the government's gonna be like, okay, that's good. I like it.
It's shitty enough.
It's
shitty enough.
It's shitty enough to give out to the public, and I think that's probably what happened here too. It's like, yeah, it's shitty enough. Yeah, that's why you need the private companies to do all this stuff, because the government can't really do it right.
But I think you think that's done on purpose.
Probably, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
who knows. All right, but I mean, all right, just to we beat the topic around the bush in a sense, right? So, when do you think we can see actual like a legit first world country adapted? Right now, we're all seeing second, third world right now, trying to adapt right now.
I don't know. What's the first country you think that will adopt it?
Singapore.
Singapore. Oh, that's interesting.
Because they're very cryptocurrency. There's a lot of exchanges based out of there.
Huh. I was thinking like Sweden or Norway.
I would think they'll be the last.
Huh?
I think they'll be the last.
You think they'll be the last?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
But the banks, the central banks there, they're very against it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought they were very.
Something that's not in their control.
Okay, that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know. I can see it. I can see that. I don't know. What the question is really like, when do you think, or do you think crypto, like some cryptocurrency, will overtake the dollar as like the base currency of the world?
No, I think the U.S. will not allow that. I think the U.S. will make it digital U.S. before that happens.
We have USDC already.
Kind of, yeah, but USDC, we all know it's privately backed in a sense. So that's also why there's a lot of skeptic about that. But you're right, we have USDC already there.
I feel like USDC is way less scrutinized than like Tether.
I think Tether is gonna crash the cryptocurrency market themselves
by themselves, because they're just
seriously. I'm not even kidding.
Oh man!
This is why people cannot let Tether fall down. Too big to fail.
Too big to fail. Oh my god! If you guys don't know what we're talking about, Tether and USDC are like stable coins.
Stable coins, yeah.
Or supposedly
pegged to the dollar.
Supposedly stable coins, which are pegged to what a dollar is. So one USDC or one Tether is supposed to equal $1.
And they have enough fiat to cover that, supposedly.
Yeah, and and then it's supposed to be backed. So like every one USDT or USDC is supposed to have $1 backing it, or something similar, some USD equivalent. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The government won't let it happen, but sometimes things happen. maybe I'm thinking like it's possible that like maybe the top, I don't know, 15 countries decide that they're going with Bitcoin, and then, or make it like legal tender, and then what is the US gonna do at that point? Like
that's true.
Like if there's, once they get to like a certain critical point, then there's no stopping it, right?
Yeah.
And it's starting with like these little tiny countries, but like eventually there's gonna be a big country that's gonna be like, you know what, let's just do it.
But at the end of the day, though, I don't think the fiat's gonna work, because they're all pegged against the fiat. That's the funny thing about that. They're all pegged against it.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. We all talk about Bitcoin as like $47,000 right?
Yeah.
We never say, oh, it's what, like this ETH is worth 0.0001 Bitcoin or whatever. We never say that.
We don't say that at all.
Yeah,
that's the issue though. See?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah,
maybe if it get to the point where Satoshis are worth enough, which are worth the point where we can be like, all right, everything's gonna be in Satoshis, and everyone starts like using that as a common term. But I don't know, might take a while.
Explain what Satoshi is to people. I don't think. Yeah.
Satoshi is like the smallest unit of a Bitcoin. Similar to how like the US dollar has pennies. It's a 1/100th of a dollar. Satoshis are what, 1/1,000,000th?
Yeah.
I think it's it's 1 to the, it's like 10 to the -8 or something.
8, I think that's it. Yeah.
-8 might be 1/10000000th of it.
Close enough. But,
yeah. It's like a really tiny, really small bit, and like people call it a Satoshi, and then that's supposed, like, eventually we're hoping in the crypto world that's going to be what everyone is talking through. Like that's like the terminology.
Instead of dollar. How many satoshis do you have? I got 21 billion satoshis.
Yeah, I got a billion satoshis. Wow, you have one whole Bitcoin. Yeah, that's how it's gonna be.
Hey, I mean, one thing, I mean, we probably won't, we'll have to discuss it next time, is that it's like, how would this affect inflation? I'm really curious to see in the future if the U.S. end up adopting this, how will it affect inflation? Yeah. I don't know. We don't have to answer that right now. I mean, we need someone macro expert this behind us.
We need to bring out an economics expert, because like you guys all know, like we don't know what we're talking about. We're just going off the top, right? So
we're going by the news, okay?
We go by the news.
Is real.
Whatever the fake news tells us, that's what we believe.
All right. So to wrap up this episode up, as you know, this would be quick recap. Countries like this, I mean, for me, the timing seems very sketchy, far-fetched, because they could have done this later when the market's bear market. They could buy more Bitcoin. You know what I mean? I don't know why they chose to do that now, right? Overall, and you see what I'm saying? Like they're doing it in the middle of a bull run, which is great. Don't get me wrong; it helps the bull run. So I'm not complaining about that. But why now?
I don't know. Yeah. That is an interesting question. Timing is always something that like I never understand. But like I know that there's some people higher up timing this stuff the way that they want it to, so it works out in their favor. But yeah, I'm not sure. It's true. Like they could just like wait for Bitcoin to burst and then be like, you know what, we're switching over. But it's also like might be even worse. Like there might be even more fear at that time, so then it would have much more backlash, right?
That's true. Yeah.
Oh, one thing we didn't talk about is the fluctuations in Bitcoin and crypto is like so crazy that like someone who has $100 in Bitcoin tomorrow, it could be $50. So what are they going to do about that? Like that's the biggest,
a con. That's a con.
That is one of the biggest cons that we didn't talk about, is that like the crypto market is not stable at all. So it's hard to see how this is helping like the lower classes here. The people who need the money, how are they going to hold Bitcoin at that time?
Yeah. But also though, that $100 that $30 that they receive Bitcoin could turn into $500.
Yeah, but if you're really hoping for that $30, you're not holding on to that, right? Like I don't think it's if they hold it for that $30 for like the future, maybe that $30 would be worth a ton later. But like I don't think people who are waiting for that $30, it's going to be something that they can hold on to. You know, like it. Yeah. So it's just the rich people who are going to hold their $30 and then just get more rich.
I mean, the whole point of cryptocurrency is supposed to be a transfer of wealth to help out everyone else. You know what I mean? It's supposed to help with the wealth issue.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it yet.
All right, let's move on to our extra emojis funny session. So what do you have for us today, Robert?
So I just have a story today. Our buddy Sean, who's been on the show multiple times, he calls me the other day, and he says, "I think it's got to the point where I realized that every city has the worst drivers." Every city, because like every time Sean has moved, he's moved from Florida to Baltimore to Seattle to here, and now he's like Denver, and like everywhere he's gone before this, when he's had a car, he called me up every few days and be like, "Oh my god, it's like we have the worst drivers here." That's what he said every time he moved, right? And he called me every few days and be like, "We have the worst drivers here," and I'm just like. In my head,
come to Miami. Tell him to come to Miami.
No, it's every. So I was like, when I'm talking to him, I'm like, that's horrible. But like in my head, I'm like, everywhere just has bad drivers. So, and now he's just come on board and been like, you know what? I think you're right. Every place that I ever go to has the worst drivers. It's like there's dumb drivers everywhere. That's what it is.
I think it's also cause and effect. Maybe he's driving dumb.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, it's true. At what point is it your fault, right? Like,
That's
at
true.
what point
Yeah.
is it you that's the problem? Like
Yeah.
the
See,
common denominator here.
common denominator, like every city, right?
What's the common
Heat
denominator of
renovation.
all of these cities? Oh,
Yeah,
Shaun White is
Sean.
driving. That
Remember
is what it
exactly.
is.
Tell Sean that next time you see him. Okay, we came out with this.
That's what we're gonna
We
do.
came up with
We're
this.
gonna send the clip to him in our group chat.
There you go.
All right, Mike, what you
All right,
got for us?
I got a. It's not really a funny thing. It's kind of like, man. Okay, I'll play it out right now for you. So it's this video from Reddit, and is this kid, just shooting some hoops in his backyard, and then he see this random, moving moving truck that has a marching band in it, and this kid shoots like a jump shot, and he barely goes in, and the band started cheering, yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah,
Here, I'm waiting for it to load.
yeah,
Yeah, my internet is slow today. It's really doing some weird stuff.
yeah.
Oh man, I think I saw this video before. Um, let's see, is the sound on? Let's turn sound on. Okay. Oh, oh, they're calling him to shoot it.
Shoot it, yeah.
He makes it, and everyone cheers.
Yeah. But imagine if you missed.
Oh, and they're playing music.
Yeah.
What is this band doing driving around neighborhood?
Exactly. Maybe practicing.
They're just driving around practicing in the truck.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe.
Is that like part of their routine or something? Like, what do you think?
I don't know. It's just funny though. What if he missed a shot?
Maybe they have the wah, wah. They have that sound come out when he misses.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right.
that's
So
funny.
what do you have for us today for your ranting today session?
Oh, rant session. Oh, I was gonna talk about the Hall of Fame. We just had the
NBA Hall of Fame.
NBA
right.
Hall of Fame. Who was do you know all the people that got in this NBA Hall of Fame?
There were some good what's called inductees this year. Wait, for the 2001, right?
2021.
2021.
Yeah. Who came in this year? Oh, Chris Bosh, Paul Pierce.
Yeah, Chris Bosh. Yep, Paul Pierce.
Yeah. Let's
Kukoc.
look at this.
Kukoc.
Oh, Tony Kukoc, and then Ben
Kukoc,
Wallace, and then Bill Russell as a coach. But there's one that I have a problem with is Chris Webber.
Why is that? Why?
Chris Webber,
He's an all-star.
He's a good player, I guess. But at what point do you just like throw in every good player that we've seen? Like, what is it? Like, he's like an above average player. He wasn't a great player for any like long period of time. He played 13 years, and I think maybe 5 of those years were good. Like, at what point do you just like, oh, he had a good 5-year run, so now he's in the Hall of Fame? I don't know. And he didn't win any championships during that time. He just was the best player on his team, on his playoff team. Like, did they get far? I don't even know when, like, how far he got. He never got to the finals. I know that.
Well, I think he may have actually.
No.
When I remember it's Mike Williams in a team.
Yeah, I remember.
No, it's Mike Williams. No, it's Mike Williams
No.
or Bob.
Yeah. It was at first he had what's his guy, white chocolate guy, right? Jason Williams, and then they brought in Bobby. What's his name? I forget his name.
Bobby, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Bobby Jackson. Mike Bibby. Mike Bibby.
Mike Bibby. That's what it was. Mike Bibby. That's what it was. I knew it was Mike something.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was Jason Williams and then it was Mike Bibby. Yeah.
Yeah, but they got to the Western Conference Finals and they lost to the Lakers.
Don't forget, Hito Turkoglu came from there too, and Nick Anderson.
I know. So wait, Nick Anderson went over there to the Kings
before he went to the Magic.
No,
Isn't it?
Nick Anderson was drafted by the Magic. They were
Oh no, you're right.
He was their first pick
so
ever.
He went after it. Yeah, so he went afterward. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that team was stacked. They have Peter, Stojakovic,
Pages, Stojakovic,
and they have Vlade Divac at that time.
Right.
Jason Williams.
But
that was a stacked team though.
But the best they did was Western Conference final loss to the Lakers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The finals. That's what I'm saying. They went to the
Western Conference finals, not the finals. Finals.
NBA finals. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see why he's in the Hall of Fame. Like he played well for a little bit, but he's no like all-time great. Is he in anybody's top 100? I don't know. If you have a list of 100 top 100 players of all time, is he in there? I don't think so. I'm not sure why he's in the Hall of Fame. I just have beef there. Shout out to Chris Webber. If you want to come on the show and talk to us about why you deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, like I'm down to talk about it.
I don't think Chris Webber cares. He already got in the Hall of Fame.
He's like, shut up. I'm a millionaire too. I'm a millionaire and I'm in the Hall of Fame. So it's not up to you. But
that's true. But I do really wish how did they classify this stuff? I mean,
it's interesting. And I looked at like his all-time stats. Like I heard like people saying like if you get to like 20,000 points, you should be in the Hall of Fame, right? Like there's like some limit, but if you're close, then there's like some question. He's at like 17,000 points.
So you think Carmelo Anthony will go to the Hall of Fame?
I also think he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
But he will be though.
I don't see why. I don't see, like
he's an all-star for his career.
I mean, he's also has more, like if you look up Chris Webber versus who did you say? Carmelo. I think Carmelo has better stats in general.
Really?
And he's been good for much longer.
I don't think Carmelo has been to 4 Western Conference Finals.
NBA seasons. Carmelo 18. Here, I'll send you this. This is the.
But how many Western Conference Finals he has been? You know what I mean?
I don't know, but look at this, right? Carmelo Anthony 18 seasons versus Chris Webber's 15. So longevity is there. He's made 13 playoffs versus Chris Webber's 10. He has 10 All-Stars versus Chris Webber's 5. Like he has more gold medals than him for sure as well. Like I think Carmelo.
So he's saying Carmelo deserves it.
I think Carmelo deserves it way before Chris Webber. I don't know if he deserves being in there, but he also has 27,000 total points, right? If your bar is 20,000 points, he's made it. But Chris Webber's at 17,000. You see what I'm saying? Like the numbers don't match up. Like it just doesn't. I don't know. I just feel like it's not.
So you feel like you were cheated for him.
I feel like they gave it to him out of something.
That's why it's a rant, huh?
Yeah, I just feel like he shouldn't be in there. I think it makes the Hall of Fame worth less. Are you gonna put in all these like kind of good players that aren't like all time greats, right? Like Damian Stoudemire was good for a few years too, right? Like you're gonna put him in? I don't know. Like I feel like that's like what's the limit?
All right, moving on to my rant.
Okay, all right.
So this past week, someone almost hit my car again, the same spot that I had a dent in.
Wait, so someone hit you in the same spot?
Almost did. Almost.
Wait, so he didn't hit you?
No, he didn't.
Oh.
But almost.
I remember you messaged me and you're like, "Oh, he hit me."
No, I was just he's. So this happened already the second time, and I called you about that. But then someone almost hit it again, the same exact one. Like this past Tuesday. Oh, I didn't tell you that, did I? I didn't.
You did.
I told you the second time it happened that someone actually made.
No, you told me this week that somebody hit you again in the same spot that it's already there.
Okay, no, but then someone almost hit it again, Like
After
literally
that?
hit it again.
So
After
this
that,
will be
yes.
the fourth time.
Is it the fourth one? I lost count.
Because when I went to Florida, you had already got hit twice.
Yes, that's right. I get twice with it.
So then
Yeah, you're right. This is the fourth time.
the fourth time.
I guess people love my spot to hit again. I guess, you know.
This also goes back to the question of like, when is the common denominator you?
No, but this was in the parking lot. In the parking lot that I work at.
No, like, when
My
is
car wasn't moving.
at what
My car wasn't
point?
moving.
At what point are you just putting your car in a situation where people are going to hit it? That's
Listen,
the question.
Maybe they saw the spot. They say, "Oh, this spot can look some more damaging. Just gonna touch it."
Yeah, I don't know.
I was literally sitting in my car in the parking lot. I'm like, "What the fuck this guy's doing when backing up to my spot?" To like, literally, it's gonna hit. I'm like, so I immediately hung at the guy. If I didn't honk it, he would have hit it.
Maybe.
But
so the other times you didn't honk, and then so they hit you.
Well, the other time happened in a parking. It happened in a parking lot. The guy was just reversing, just hit out of nowhere. And then the other time I was going 15 miles an hour, and then this guy just turned into me. I don't know why. He was going to one-way road, so it was retarded. So
I don't know. 4 times, man. I feel like they're. I don't know. We have to look at.
I think guys tell me go fix my spot. That's what guys tell me.
Go fix it. No, but if you fix it, then it's just gonna get hit again because you're still driving it. Maybe you're the common denominator here, and you need to get a new car, or you change how you park.
That has nothing to do with that, you know.
Change how you park or how you drive. Oh man, that's nuts. 4 times, same spot.
I mean, maybe look at the Irish. Who knows?
Oh yeah, because you're so Irish.
Right. All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. I know that we probably throw a lot of jargons out there. I'm sure probably most of you guys who listen to this probably just trying to do some, Wikipedia. But
yeah, you might need to go to some Investopedia or something to figure out what we're all talking about.
But if you have some comments, some questions, I guess, and some of your thoughts, let us know your perspective. What do you think of, maybe your local city could do, take this as a currency, to get some payments, or maybe United States or your state, what would happen? Let us know what you think. And let us know if you own a Bitcoin, you support Bitcoin, or you support cryptocurrency in general. If you don't, let us know why. Leave a comment below.
Or if you don't even know what Bitcoin is, you can leave a comment too. Yeah. Tell us, and maybe we'll try to help you understand what it is.
Yeah, we have some basic knowledge.
A little bit. Yeah. So maybe.
But not basic financial advice. So.
Yeah, I'm not telling you to Bitcoin at all. So I don't.
But yeah, leave a comment while you're listening. If you're watching us on YouTube, just leave a comment below. Hit that like button below, and obviously don't forget to subscribe. And then if you are listening to our Apple Podcast or Google Podcast, please leave us a review. Let us know how we're doing, and if you want to be on our show, just contact us, and we'll love to have you on the show. So.
Yeah, and if you want to watch any of our other episodes, they're also on our website, www.gfOThoughts.com.
Yeah, and I guess until next time, right?
Yeah. All right. See you guys. Peace.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of the Gluten-Free Organic Thoughts podcast. If you are watching us on YouTube, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this episode, and leave us a comment. And as always, you can find us on social media at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at GFOThoughts. Until next time, see you then.